Serious, would you like to take this opportunity to tell these people how great a guy Billy Smith is?
Billy had better language than what I've heard tonight. By the way, I don't think I've ever heard Gretz say gosh on the ice.
Which team was your best?
Yeah. I think the 1983 team had to be the best. Now, we may not have been the most talented team in 1983, but the fact that we beat the Oilers in 4 straight meant that it took more than talent. It took more than strategy. It took a will that I don't think we even knew we had in us. It was a very important series for us. In our preparation, we knew that there wasn't one moment where we had to take our foot off the gas. This was the up-and-coming team, and I agree with a lot of the comments. We may have known at that point that this was going to be the next Stanley Cup team, and we were fortunate to get there for the 5th consecutive year. And I think one thing that you need to understand, with all the guys talking tonight about playing in the finals against a great team, I think that's what all competitors live for, isn't it? To have a chance to play against the best and to be competitive. And I think 83 and 84 were 2 great years for Stanley Cup Finals.
Should the 83 Islanders have won this honor?
Very good question. And a very tough question. And you've done this to me before. Let me tell you a little story. I got on very good order, basically. I'm going to tell the story. I don't want to tell who told me this, but when Kevin Lowe, I said, I don't want to say this. Kevin Lowe told me 20 years after that in the 1984 finals, when we came to Edmonton, there was nothing but decaffeinated coffee sent to our dressing rooms. And there, in our mind, is a story of what happened in 1984.
Let's say that you played different styles, the Islanders and the Oilers. What was your approach to combating their style?
Well, you know, the strategy had to be implemented perfectly for 1983, and I think it was. First game, we found out that Mike Bossy was not going to be able to play. We then probably started seeing the greatest of hockey Billy Smith ever played in that first game. Kenny Morrow, I think Kenny Morrow scored more in that series than Gretz did. It was shut down mode, and we implemented very well. And I do think that, you know, like I said to you, that series was probably the best we have ever played in terms of getting everything into the game that needed to be there. It was a commitment that was unbelievable. And we won 4 in a row. Wished we could have won 5, but I think we knew that it was not going to be happening.
Speaking as a defenseman, tell me what it was like to face Gretzky on one shift, Messier on the next shift, and sometimes on the same shift.
Well, it wasn't a lot of fun, I can tell you that. I mean, I think the preparation was not to be in love with these guys, and we were not. I mean, personally, I didn't like to be happy when I was on the ice. It was more of a sense of, can I intimidate them? Can we do something to make it a little harder for them? And we soon realized that after we had beaten so many teams over a period of 4 years where something worked, it was either our speed, it was our size, it was our willing to battle, our commitment to all playing as a team. We had a management that prepared us really, really well. None of that worked. So obviously at that time you just bow your head and you say, you know, on it goes, and it was time to hand over the torch.
Further proof of the greatness of the team that did win this honor is the fact that guys like you who saw your Stanley Cup leave the island and come to Edmonton. Guys here from Calgary want to be here and pay tribute to this team. Denis Potvin, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Greg.